Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing trading week. Currently it is Tuesday and the markets are dumping. Now there is something very interesting that I want to cover for Bitcoin right now, and the reasons of these dumps, as you can see, they are actually not correlated with the stock market. Right now, as you can see, the stock market is actually pumping to the upside, while Bitcoin and most of the altcoins like Ethereum and Solana are having a very big correction to the downside currently. Also, even Hype, as you can see, that was our strongest altcoin that was currently going into all-time highs, and Price Discovery right now is taking a big correction of about 14%, as you can see, currently breaking below that weekly pivot after rejecting from that second weekly pivot resistance from $45, as you can see. Also the same goes for Bitcoin. Yesterday we actually front ran a bit that first weekly pivot resistance, so we did not actually hit 109k, but we almost hit 109k, as you can see. And after that rejection, we've basically have gotten almost 4% of a correction for Bitcoin, breaking below that weekly pivot, which was very key support right here, as you can see on the smaller time frame. Before we actually held it once here, as you can see, we perfectly bounced it. Then the price tried to reclaim the last highs right here, as you can see, but it actually got rejected once again, and right now we are dumping to the downside, and it is very possible that price finds the next support where it did previous, right here from that value area high of the bigger range. If we look on the bigger time frame like the daily, as you can see, so something very important, the daily momentum wave actually does not look good. Also the RSI is clipping to the downside, and it's possible that we do test actually that 20 line, but in my opinion, as long as we do not lose this value area high level right here, so basically these levels, if we fall below 100k 101k, then maybe I can see some kind of a rejection down to 91 to 92k, but as of right now we are still above it, and Bitcoin is still trading above that very big range and very strong support right here, as you can see. Also, if we enable our monthly pivots, you can see our monthly pivot has still not been lost. Last time it acted as a very strong support right here, as you can see, and also the first monthly pivot resistance actually also acted as a very strong resistance where price got originally rejected from basically that 110k region. Everybody right here was talking that the price was going to be pushing to the new all-time highs, but in my opinion, as long as we do not break above the monthly pivot resistances, then as you can see, price struggles to break to the upside. So we wanted to see maybe something like this, a break above and then a retest of that monthly pivot resistance, and then possibly a test of that second monthly resistance at around 140k, but that scenario did not play out. What played out was a rejection, then a retest of the monthly pivot, and then another retest of the weekly pivot resistance, and right now a potential another retest of that monthly pivot plus that value area high right here, as you can see. So this level actually got tested quite a bit of times, basically once, twice, three, and right now if the price gets down there, we will be testing this level 4 times. And as you know, the more times one level gets tested, the weaker it becomes, so it's very possible that this level becomes very weak right here, as you can see, but this is like weeks ago, so I don't actually count this test right here. I'm counting this test after the breakout, as you can see. So basically 4 retests of that level, and the 4th one is a potential, so basically 3 retests. And in my opinion, it's also possible that all of this will be one liquidity grabs, but if we look at the open interest, this move to the downside is basically the whole move right here is actually a real move with a real selling pressure, since as you can see we got our price going down, delta going down, and open interest going up. So when the CVD, the delta is going down and open interest is going up, that signifies new shorts opening in the market that are driving price down, as you can see, which is exactly what happened in our scenario. And also if you look at the liquidation heat map, we did have a lot of liquidity sitting to the downside, which is still not taken. We still have a lot of liquidity down to that exact level, 102k. Basically 102k is that value area high, as you can see right here. So it's very possible if we get down there that we can see a bounce from here, since this is the remaining liquidity. And also why I'm still remaining bullish is, as you can see, we've got this week another 412 plus yesterday another 320 million of Bitcoin ETF inflows. Bitcoin ETF inflows are steadily growing, so you can see the big institutions are actually still accumulating more Bitcoin while the price is dumping. So this is a bullish sign. And if you look at the fear and greed index, we are still in that neutral zone, so still you can expect in the next coming weeks a very big potential move to the upside. And also tomorrow is going to be a very important day, since we got our federal funds rates decision coming in, also the press conference where Jerome Powell will be speaking, and we will be expecting a very high volatility in the stock markets, also in the crypto markets. And also something else that I wanted to share is I have seen this happening before, that we are dumping before a FOMC meeting, and then once Jerome Powell starts speaking, we get a absolutely monster move to the upside and the markets start pumping. But we will see if it plays out like this. Now if you look at Ethereum is actually going back to that value area low of this range right here, and also possibly to test that monthly pivot, which only got tested, I think, no, this was in the previous month. So basically the monthly pivot of ETH has not been tested yet. So basically 2355 is a very key level, which also perfectly consolidates with our second weekly pivot support. So basically right here I will be looking for longs at this particular level for ETH, since as I mentioned in my previous video, I do not expect ETH to actually lose this range to the downside, or maybe if it does, then it will be, in my opinion, a potential fake out, or basically a liquidation grab, which basically will liquidate all of these longs that have long right here. So another scenario for ETH will be a push down, which I don't think it will play out like this, but as you know, anything is possible. A push down to that that monthly pivot support at around $2,000, and then we get that massive pump to the upside after we have liquidated all of these longs previously. Then the price can finally move to the upside freely, as you know. So this is another scenario that I'm looking for. Also, as long as the Bitcoin dominance keeps going to the upside, I'm not expecting a very big move for the altcoins for now. So as I mentioned in the previous videos, we need to see some kind of a push down like we got right here for the Bitcoin dominance in order for the altcoins to actually go down. So this will be it for my outlook for Bitcoin today, guys, and the stock market. I hope you liked the video, subscribe for the channel, and I will see you back again tomorrow. Bye.